Alright, ease up everybody, I'm No Lex, giving back with some more Fairytale Fables, and the tournaments are about to start, but I'm still pretty far away from hitting the required rank, so I don't think we're going to rank quite up enough to be able to play in tournaments this month, but I'm still playing a decent amount of Fairytale Fables and having fun with it. So let's see what kind of fun we can get up to today. I honestly really did like the previous video where we messed around with Fisher King. Fortuna is like kind of similar space, though does activate a little bit sooner. And honestly, just getting a free level 6 character while I'm level 4 is kind of up my alley. It gives me a lot of build direction and is a pretty fun payoff, I think. Locking onto these sweet oranges to throw them on the Talking Frog next turn. I do believe, by the way, that Talking Frog now will triple with the Freed Prince in any combination, so that's something to look for. Let's lock onto it here. I think that that is good enough, and we'll see what we can do with Fortuna here rather than go the Fisher King route, but pretty similar heroes there. Figured at the very least we just played Fisher King, so we'll try out Fortuna in this one, and maybe she'll give me something weird that I don't typically play, and that'll give me an interesting direction to build in. That'll be cool. Let's pick up the Froggy, free the frog, and roll, and this is beautiful. Now we get to actually potentially test out if I was correct or incorrect in the freed Prince tripling with the frog or not. Not going to worry about that short sword there. Let's just ready up and get into the next one. But currently sitting at about 2,500 rating. We need 5,200 rating in order to qualify for the tournaments. Definitely not going to get there in time. Not super stressed about it. I think just like the idea that I could potentially play in tournaments, like I said, just kind of inspired me to play more, which eventually might wind up qualifying me for tournaments, but it is not the be-all end-all necessarily. Could use the young parrot and try to pump up Elaine. I think that that's really going to be the best play for me. I also don't hate, oh, you know what it probably actually is? It's Sword Squire plus Sleeping Cat here. And then we could move Freed Prince to the back line. It's a little bit awkward, but pumping up the Sword Squire probably gives me more win equity. Though, like, if the ties make the early game so interesting because we don't really have to play for wins. And also, like, the best players are probably scouting every single turn. We got the attack off with Elaine, so that's really all that matters there. And then we actually do get a pretty decisive victory. So not too shabby, but maybe made that a little bit, I want to say like a little bit questionable, a little bit more high rolly. There was a lot more variance that was in that one. So Chameleon, quite good here because we already have the Sword Squire. And I think that that just makes it a pickup. I will acknowledge though, a lot of different ways to play this back line for sure. We're going to pick up a shield page to complement it. I think that this is probably one of the better. Maybe we just put it like this, so that way the Chameleon's protected. Yeah, I think I like this. Let's use my free roll just to use it or lose it, and then we'll ready up. So one thing that I think makes this a questionable play, and I think I maybe should have just gone for the 10-6, all I have to do is get to level 4, and then I'm going to get something better than this Chameleon, like by a long shot. And for that reason, like, I mean, we just tied there. It was like a winning tie. There should be a term for that. Like, that was a tie that we were winning before the fights. I'm going to call those winning ties. But I probably do just benefit from making my board stronger, because as long as I make it to level 4, I'm going to have a huge power spike. Do you think Demon Sprite is probably where I want to be going with said power spikes? I'm going to take the Demon's Deal and then roll again. I do like Ranged Gunner. I could pump up Elaine. I don't think that that is terrible. And then this is... Oh, maybe I do like this, though, or something. It's a little bit awkward after the fact. Okay, this actually does work. I'm not going to cast that because it kills a cat. This is a little bit weird, but now the Freed Prince dies, and then neither of these have to attack, so we actually clear it out of the way in a good way. Awkward that we're letting my opponent's Chameleon slay there. That was a tripled up Chameleon, so a little bit of a bummer, and our Chameleon also did not slay, which is maybe more of a bummer. But what can you do? Kind of feels a little bit late for Determined Plowman. Oh, my Pirate Gunner also did not die. Yeah, we've got some awkwardness going on the current board. I don't know. I should have picked up that short sword. That was awkward. But, like, I really just have to get, like, a little bit more power on the board. Because next turn I'm going to get a tier 6 character, which hopefully, ideally, will allow me to build around it in some capacity. Looking for a treasure is a pretty good idea as well. Ooh, I just had a much better idea. I think I... Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to delay the treasure pick here. I will maybe take Slay Moon or Storybook, but we're going to decide based off the tier 6 character that appears in the shop next turn. A little bit of a finagling of the mechanics in the game. We're also going to have the Chameleon. I'm fine with the Chameleon slaying because we're going to have another big payoff card to play around, so I don't really mind if we have another level 4 thing here. That doesn't really matter. Wait, oh, they're not telling me. Oh no, it's right here. Okay. So it wants me to play Dwarves? Alright. I'll try it. Let's go Chrono Crystal. If we're gonna have to play Dwarves, let's go Chrono Crystal here. I do think Javi is pretty good in Dwarves. I just don't even see how... I'm over it already. I really don't even see how this is good at all. Little Mermaid makes me feel like I should have just taken the Slay treasure and just ignored this multi, maybe tried to candy cane it or something. I kind of like went into this one thinking, okay, whatever the game gives me, that's what I'm going to try to play around. I'm going to give it an earnest shot here. But I'm earnestly feeling a little scared, stupid right now. I'll lock onto another Javi just because I feel like that is one of the bigger payoff cards for Dwarves. But I think I'm going to drown. I think it's Dwarves or Drown, and I think I'm going to drown. But that's the title of the video regardless. Place your votes down below how you think this one's going to go. Tie, sure, or another winning tie. Yeah, certainly want this Javi. So, like, one way that you could make use of multi is with items that scale. I'm not sure how else to take advantage of it. Like, this is not super exciting. Much rather just pick up some cheapy deepy items. A Slay item is interesting. It does kind of fall off though, so I'm really not sure. Oh wait, we could use the Book Mages plus a Spellbook item. That's kind of interesting. I do think I need Radiant Fairy. I probably also just have to cut these things. Let's roll for another item. Oh, okay, wait a minute. This could work. This could definitely work now. Let's make Javi big, throw Elaine here, one more roll. Do I have time? Did I get it? I think I got that in time. It was pretty close, though. Nice, I did. So, oh, I'm not even playing my multi yet, but eventually I'll get multi in here, and we'll see what we can take on. Elaine's pretty big. That's nice. Winning tie, again. Yeah, that was the Ride of the Valkyries really doing a lot of work there for me. Let's throw this on my second Javi. I have lost the Talking Frog. I also need to mute my phone because one of my group chats be popping off and that's distracting me. But dwarves are looking fine. These, I mean, it's just okay, but the vampire dagger, I think that's pretty cool. Wear gains slay +1/+1 is an interesting way to get a bunch of stats. No, but it's the wearer gains slay +1/+1. Oh, yeah. We need the stats on the vampire. So all I want is strong and epic vampire daggers. That's all I'm looking for right now then. Sure, why not, baby? Let's throw this here. This here. And I think I'm going to go double Javi in my Little Mermaid slots. I'm cooking. This is like my first time playing dwarves other than maybe like very early on in this game, but this is looking good. Mana asceticism feels reasonable from here. Oh, it costs 2. Blarg, 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 blarg. Not the best use. I don't know if I locked that either. I forget that they have spells in the game that can cost multiple instances of mana. Multiple mana. So that is awkward. Multi has ranged. That's pretty cool. And the vampire daggers look to be doing some interesting things here. I'll definitely want to triple up these Javis at some point. Okay, I think I did lock this. So that's at least reasonable. +5/+5 range boost. What else can we get up to here? There's probably some level 5 dwarves, right? Draft. I don't know why other things are coming up too. Smithy. Oh, entrance give +2/+2. Yeah, we need to find ourselves a smithy. And start smithing away here. I guess I'll triple Javi. I could even pick up a short sword here. Okay, I think I want to put the short sword on Javi before I triple him, because I think that will be my only chance to allow him to wear 4 items. I'm certainly building up a big character that can just get scammed here. But yeah, we're going to go for this. Alright, give me a good level 4 treasure. Probably this. Because my treasures are not yet full. So let's take the spyglass. And now I've got a huge Javi. So Javi can only carry 1 more item even when it's tripled. But if you put 2 items on each Javi and then triple it, then it will be allowed to wear 4 items, which is just a massive monster. Basically has to get scammed, else it's just going to be able to run these tables here. And that is a win and a kill onto Zoltan. Apologies, Zoltan, for scamming you there. Can't pick up a free coin. Give me... Oh, I thought it said give me items. Give me items, some stats, why don't you? I can carry 3 more items. That's pretty crazy. Give me 200% of my item stats. Double... Yeah. Oh, no, these don't interact favorably. They do the same thing. So I don't really think that's super interesting. Next turn, we get another... Can I do this? No, okay. It's potentially still worth picking up a pouch, though. If I find the smither. It's a little bit heavy, though. A little bit expensive, I mean. See, I'm not super concerned with, like, making sure I have 7 characters. I feel fine in that capacity. I really was just hoping to find the... This is actually still kind of playable. Because now he can pump himself as a ranged character. Oh, wait. No, the wearer gains that stat. Okay. That was a waste of time. I forgot that I discovered that. But if I find the Smithy Man, then it already has a bunch of bonus stats. Looks like I'm not going to find it. I honestly kind of like this short sword, but I don't think it's worth selling off the Little Mermaid just for the short sword. I'm gonna play this board. Yeah, not the most optimal turns. That's gonna happen when you are messing around with a new comp, and if we make too many mistakes, we do still have this Chrono Crystal, but I'm hoping that we can find another multi after leveling up. It's a little bit wild to expect to find a second multi. I don't think we're going to get it off of the Fortuna trigger. No, that's going to give me a Phoenix. One thing that I could do is eventually put these vampire daggers onto the Phoenix. However, it's not a dwarf, so it won't gain additional stats from the multi. Kind of a bummer. Give your dwarves +4/+4 for the fight for each item you own. Each item you own. Okay, so there is a second dwarf we were looking for. That's the kind of dwarf we'd be looking for. And then there is a legendary vampire dagger as well. Pretty cool. We don't quite have something to put it on right this second. I mean, just putting it on Admiry or something is fine. But I'd rather find the Smithy. I think that's got to be top of mind right now. Let's refreshen up. Strong Vampire Dagger, while I only have, like, it's perfect because I've got 1 mana and 5 energy. I don't think there's going to be a better time to find this. So I think I will pick this up now, and then let's hop into the next fight. We're going to start stealing the power out of Admiry. Now, I don't know what happens. Like, this is a permanent 2/4. Let's look at it. It's got 79 current attack. I'm not sure if Vampire Dagger can continue to steal beyond what the stats are. So I might have to, like, put this Vampire Dagger briefly onto this Imp, just so that way it can start to steal the stats from something. Javi is going to remain an impenetrable force. My opponent building up some nice tokens there. Okay, so Javi did gain stats. Somehow. I'm not going to question it. Yeah, just having items is really good, so I'm probably never selling this short sword. And I wonder, I currently own 7. I still currently own 7, so you can bench items and have them count towards Admiry. Here's another Javi. Definitely want to Javi another one of those. And I think I will just throw the Vampire Dagger on Javi as well. Javi could have a second item, right? Can Javi not have a second item? Yeah, he can. What are you guys doing? Goodness gracious. Okay, Javi cannot have a second item today. That's fine. I wonder if I could have given him a second item just by, like, from the shop. Take another one of these blokes, and don't see a huge use for new you. don't need a healing potion even with only 1 mana remaining. Oh, here's a smithy. Let's definitely lock onto that. This guy's got a shield. I'll definitely want to pick that up next turn, and I will probably just throw the short sword and the simple spellbook from Multi onto that. But currently 14 times 4, that's 54 at the start of each fight. That's pretty good. And then I think that's what I'm doing here, right? Because it's 7 times 4 times 2. So you have 14 times 4, 56. I don't know. Seemed like a little bit bigger than 56, but no, that's what it was. That's what it was. Cool beans. Cool beans. I mean, none of like this extra stuff matters. I suppose we could just play the Book Mage for a little bit of scam in the interim. Okay, why are these extra item spots not working? Weird. Weird. I mean, I can't complain about it because this obviously worked so well. But all of these guys are supposed to be able to hold an additional item, so that's a bit of a bummer. How about this? Can you hold this? Can you hold this? Can you hold this? So it looks like I can throw in additional items. Okay, well that's crazy to not be able to hold a pouch and a short sword. Unless I just don't understand the UI. Oh, do I have to just place it here? Oh, that's it. Oh, beautiful. Did I just roll past a multi? Mighta done. Aria's like fine. I don't think I need either of those things though. Apologies if I rolled past a multi. Paying attention to some other things. And I will just pick up a Javi here. I think Javi's good, but I definitely want to go all in on the Smithy to start. But if I find another Javi, then I will just throw all of these items on Javi, like 2 and 2, and then triple it again to make another 4-slotted Javi. And then I'll just look for some more items to throw on Smithy as we go along here. Yeah, I was hoping that the Monster Book didn't die earlier because I felt like Monster Book would be an awkward way to just have my shield get popped, but it doesn't matter. We get the win and kill regardless. So not going to be a big deal, all things considered. There is the Admarie triple. We'll play that then. And my tier 7 treasure is my shop characters are upgraded and cost 1 gold less. Sure, it is going to mean that I can never triple Javi, but I'm definitely not playing an orchestra board, and I don't really need the bottled lightning. This already survives anything but a scam. So tripled and cost 1 gold less means I think that means like a tier 6 would cost 11. No. Oh, it's just insane. Okay, that's kind of why I wanted to say that, because I wanted to get proved wrong. This is gnarly. I'll take a freshen up. Every mana might count. These are still expensive. Weapons are still expensive here, but this is wild. This is so much stats. So yeah, Javi is never going to triple, which means it's probably not super playable. Okay, that's got to play. Not going to worry about Ascendance. I like the pouch. Do I just lock for pouch because it goes so well onto Smithy? I think so, and I also think that locking here while picking up a shield page is fine econ. We might want to pick up any golden geese that we find just because they cost 1 and eventually sell for 4 or something. But I don't think there's going to be that many turns left in this game. I think there's going to be maybe 4 turns left in this game, depending on how long the hamster is going to hang on here for. but we are definitely more powerful than this opponent by like a big old long shot here. This one is not particularly close. That's right, we locked on for the pouch. Can I put this here? Beautiful, beautiful. Another Admiri. This is a pretty cheap item. I think that this might be playable. I can't put it here, right? Yeah. I think just a 2-cost item I'm happy about, though. I'm out of room to play more cards, so I don't know what I'm looking for at this point. I mean, I guess I play an upgraded Javi, but an upgraded Javi can only have one more item. Yeah, I think that might have been a bad pickup, to be honest, because it's not like I can put another item on this feller. So I think we're done. Like I said, yeah, it's me and Hamster in the finals. How are their treasures? Okay, they might be able to do something cool with Spell Reflector, but it's really just going to come down to their good boy landing on their Court Wizard, and I just have so much stats that I feel like I have to get scammed, and I'm not sure that they're going to be able to do that. They're going to have to reconfigure their whole board, and they might even just die right here. Yeah, that's going to be it. There we go. There's a win with Dwarves. That was a really quick one. But there we go. There is Fortuna giving me a multi to play around. What really worked for me this game? Well, I feel like it was the Admiri really that made it go crazy. But the fact that I think the Vampire Daggers with the multi did work out pretty well. Where's the second Vampire Dagger? Oh, it's here. Okay. Well, threw away some stats there on the final turn. Mismanaging this board, did not realize that. But the Vampire Daggers didn't even get like that crazy. They were obviously sapping Javi of all of his stats. But yeah, that was a pretty good showing. And then we were making these bigger. We could have thrown these around eventually. But I don't know. I don't really feel like there's a reason to take them off of Smithy at the same time. That's going to be it for me today. That was a pretty fantastic first time trying out Dwarves there. Basically got the nuts Dwarf Comp double upgraded Admiri and a bunch of multis as well. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Lex Given. Peace.